Here we go. It is NewMutator, and I'm joined by Ska and Bone. Once again, it is game number 4. And this is, what would you call this? You know, I've been calling them dual casts. What would you call one with 3 people?
Tricast?
Yeah, I guess that would. I'm just gonna call it that. I mean, unless you Ska can come up with a better one.
I can't think of any other names.
All right. Well, yeah. So thanks for joining us, everyone, for this Tricast. We're making myth history here in bringing this to you. We're looking at Bone's team. He's actually on Grim's my team. Kryptos, Grim, Donsky, Tiri, Karma, Ankulator, and Arsenic are also here representing my team. And then across from them in the north, it is Ska, captaining for the Name Changers. Shyster, August, Captain Sam, Zach, and Eastwind. Eastwind, of course, a substitute. It seems like maybe you're a player down at this point, Scott.
Yeah, we had attendance issues for most of the tournament, and Adrenaline was on vacation for this match and the match the following week too.
Wasn't it like Canada Day or Boxing Day or something? I'm not sure if I know exactly, but
yeah, I think that something like that recently. But this vacation wasn't about whatever day that was.
All right. Well, maybe Adrenaline can leave a comment and explain that mystery. So this is Dark Canyon. Do you guys have anything to say about your strategies on this map, or how this map works? How you see this map?
Well, with my team, I can say that we were mainly worried about 2 things, and that was one, a full-on rush down the middle, down that east corridor, like the middle east passage right there. Sometimes a straight rush from the beginning can be kind of devastating because it's hard to, you start by spreading all over this very wide map, and it can be devastating to get 3 throw right where that line is right now.
Yeah.
So we were keeping an eye on that, and the other thing is the push side on this map seems to always be the west side for numerous reasons, but we were thinking of basically sending a sizable part there, and then if they didn't rush mid, we would go meet them.
Game on.
Now this map isn't it's not symmetric. It's not symmetrical. And I think the south, whoever starts in the south is able to tag the middle first. Does that enter into your strategy at all?
Yeah. Go ahead.
From my team
Flag
side, not really. I mean, we only really count the flags we're going to hold, and we're not going to hold mid.
Flag captured. Flag captured.
Yeah, for our team, I guess
captured.
we had to count on south. I mean, you can't hold mid forever, but they maybe could have held it long enough to get the other 2 flags. And the other thing is that south tends to tag the west flag first, and that flag's a lot more defendable than the east flag, so I think south has a bit of an advantage in flag rally on this.
So there's actually a lot going on right now. Over at the west, the Name Changers have a throw advantage, and it seems like they could almost rush us if our fetch weren't in place. They guys decided not to.
Captured.
Yeah, it looks like Shyster was calling for a rush, but nobody listened.
Yeah, I wonder if you guys are going to end up regretting that or not. But of course, you guys know the answer, and I do not. So maybe it's best if that's kept a secret. What else do you notice about what's happening right now on this map?
Captured.
Well, again, my team is sending their mid-throw west to join to join Tiri, and the really interesting stuff happens in a few minutes. But both teams are sort of positioning, and neither one really takes a big risk. Sam could have rushed my team right there, but here's a spot where Terry could have rushed Shyster and doesn't. Right here.
Ah, yes.
Yeah.
Looks really scary.
Why didn't he rush in there?
I think he was looking at the massive Solus coming across the hill up there, and just kind of playing it safe.
Interesting, because I think he could have probably cleaned up that entire flank if he wanted to. He would have taken a lot of maybe he would have lost a tro, but I don't know.
All right.
I just don't really.
Sorry,
know.
can I?
Yep.
Shift over to the east here. There's I don't really know what to make of this, but I put 5 Zerks over in the east from my team, and there was nothing. So Eastwind got kind of caught in 2 places here, which is kind of unfortunate for him and causes all sorts of problems. Over in the middle, Captain has a very good big size force there, and my team starts yelling at me, to watch because they could steal all our flags. But unfortunately, for whatever reason, I guess name changes didn't go on the aggressive side there.
So you're saying Captain could have easily slipped into your backfield at any point?
I mean, hindsight is 20/20, but
right.
Yeah, I was watching that force, and just watching him not even make a move, just left with a very good feeling, because now you can see Eastwind got caught in the east in 2 places, and we now have one of their flags, and we're threatening another. West is a big stalemate. They're really not going to do much for a long time, especially with those like giant Solus, and east is just causing all kinds of problems.
Yeah, so the momentum is definitely with my team, and I just assume that people know that I'm saying that in quotes, like just imagining air quotes around it, because I'm actually not playing in the Myth World Cup, but so it's not my team, it's Grimm's my team, and what are you kind of like, were you just entrusted with captaining, being the captain for my team, Bone? Were you just like the natural choice for that?
Yeah, choosing a captain is how do you say this? Like choosing a sacrifice. Like the one that puts up the least fight tends to be the prime choice. But yeah, it's just I kind of fought it for a while, and then Ska knows. I mean, once they put him up there.
Yeah, it was too late at that point.
Yeah. So check out the east. Eastwind's gonna. It looks like they were gonna trap Encalator, so I stole his berserks, and rushed that little dwarf.
That was a good move.
Yeah. Again, we just kind of just causing all sorts of problems here.
Nice. It's always fun to see a dwarf suicide on a ton of melee. And I don't know, are we ever going to see these Tro duke it out in the middle? It looks like it might happen any second here.
There he comes! Here he comes! But no! Yeah, no, he's again. It's a tough spot because he can't. If he turns away from the Tro and tries to make it to our backfield, Tyri will just follow him. There's really not much. There's 2 spiders in the entire my team backfield. So I don't know, man.
Yeah, from the beginning we were kind of uncoordinated on this map, and I think
Flag.
Bones, my team, just sort of kept the pressure on the whole time, and we didn't really have a chance to really make it into the backfield until the very end. By that time, it was too late.
It was way too late, yeah. See, we have victory imminent
Right.
and 4 minutes left, and there just isn't anything close.
Right, so all you guys need is flag number 8, and if we look at, it is flag rally for those of you watching, and so each flag you tag is basically tallied up next to your team, and once you tag all of them, you win the game, and my team is really close to winning. They only need this one flag here, and if we look at name changers, they have so many flags to tag, 4 through 7, basically 4, 5, 6, and 7 that they have.
If I can point you to a highlight real quick.
Sure.
Look at name changer's last flag.
Yep.
With a fetch, and that's poor August is in 3 places at once. He has souls in the north. He's got the 2 spiders I mentioned earlier in the backfield, and he's just not watching. And Karma catches him, does a good job of catching him off guard.
Right. So that's I think there's a good chance that the game might end right here, as that fetch is taken out. Although Captain comes to the rescue with that dwarf, basically. And so that flag is going to be secured for the time being.
Over in the west, Shyster finally decides to attack.
Yeah, so this is the flag. This is the flag that Ska said is hard to defend, and the south basically has the advantage taking this flag. Although Shyster's doing a pretty good job with that. I don't know. I've been calling it like a fetch wall. It's just basically a wall of lightning.
That's what I call it.
Yeah, it seems to be a really effective, actually, and even units that are somewhat resistant to lightning. What's that? I didn't quite.
Sam's caught in the middle with this tro. Oh, and if you look at the last name changer flag, here comes Karma again. They kind of looked away for a minute.
Yeah. Oh man, that is not a good position to be in. And Karma just eats up all those soulless there.
Oh man.
Poor Sam.
Flag.
And there you go. There you have it. So yeah, excellent work by Karma in securing that last flag 8, as pointed out by Bone. So thanks for drawing my attention to that. I probably wouldn't have. I don't know if I'd seen that, on my own or not. But like I said before, I haven't actually looked at any of these films. So I'm actually casting here with 2 of the captains in this match, Bone and Ska. So they're able to kind of point us in the right direction where they kind of noticed all the good stuff happening. Do you guys have anything else to add for this game? I mean, was there anything that you think could have been done differently, or was there anything that you think was clutch that maybe hasn't been brought to our attention yet?
Honestly, for me, for Bone, it was just watching Captain, with all those units mid, not making an attempt to come across. Like, again, hindsight, but I feel like this map is just so spread out that the more units you sneak by and attack, the harder you make it for the other team. And if both teams can do that, it becomes instantly a much harder, kind of like scarier match. Just after they just waited too long to come at us, I think.
Do you have anything to add, Ska?
Yeah, I agree. Actually, I'm remembering now that our long-term plan was to sort of even up the game in the middle three flags. So, you know, those, we called those the canyon flags. And once we had tagged all of those and sort of quieted down the whole map, like kind of held everywhere, then we were going to sort of shift into offensive mode. And my team, you know, or Grimm's my team or whatever, they put so much pressure on us early that we didn't even get to the tying everything down mode. We were just in survival mode from the beginning, and I think that's why we didn't. That's why we weren't really aggressive when we should have been.
All right. Interesting. Were you gonna say something, Bone, or?
Oh no,
No?
That makes sense.
All right. So looking at, I'm gonna go ahead and inspect some of these numbers anyway, even though we've determined that it doesn't necessarily reflect reality. But
I've changed my mind.
okay, so yes, actually, what you should do is you should watch these videos and then skip to the end and then that just summarizes everything for you. So,
Pretty much, yeah.
So looks like Shyster actually with the most damage for the name changers with 133. Eastwind, their substitutes, he was able to take 111 damage, but yeah, I mean, I think Shyster was the only person with positive ratios. I didn't even see what units Shyster had. Maybe you guys can bring that to light.
He had
he had that fetch wall, and then I gave him some solace about halfway through the game.
Oh yes, that's right. He's the one that took flag 7, kind of at the tail end of that game, in the west. And for my team, yeah, Karma basically taking matters into his own hands. 186 damage for him, 22 kills, and that's kind of a lot. I mean, he didn't even have the Tro. That was Thierry.
Yeah, I guess he had fetch, right, Karma?
Yeah, but he suicided those.
But that was basically all on flag 8, wasn't it? Like where he got all that damage.
Yeah, I got a good lot of it.
I mean, I don't know. I guess I'd have to replay that film to know for sure. But actually, Bone, you did pretty well yourself. 97 damage. What do you chalk that up to?
Captain's privilege. I stole units that could kill stuff. I did it, then I gave them back.
So that was your gambit, kind of in the northeast there with the berserks.
Yeah.
Taking out that flank in your backfield.
We didn't see them. Yeah.
Or that was in your.
It was just like random cleanup stuff.
All right. Well, for random cleanup stuff, that's pretty respectable. Almost 100 damage there for yourself. So right now, as it stands, my team is winning the match so far with 2 games. Name changers have won 1 game, and 1 game is a tie. So basically, it all comes down to game number 5. If name changers get the win in game number 5, a tiebreaker essentially has to be played. However, if my team is able to seal the deal, then they win the match, and name changers are sent to the bottom bracket. Did I say that right, you guys?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, so are you guys ready for game number 5?
Ready.
All right, let's go ahead and do this. This has been NewMutator, and once again, I've been joined by Bone and Ska, who were gracious enough to Tricast this with me. So stay tuned, and game number 5 is coming up in just a moment.